Yo, was geht up? This is Max from Real Social Dynamics, and in this video I'll be talking about how to date dozens of girls casually and still get away with it. Now that's a clickbaitier version. I'm basically gonna tell you here how to not break a girl's heart when you only want to date her casually. And or several girls if that's what you're doing. Now, I've been traveling the world for 4 years teaching this dating advice thing, teaching tens of thousands of men online and in person. And this kind of issue comes up a lot. You know, there's a guy and he gets acquainted with social dynamics, he learns game, and he gets a lot of casual sex, and then you care about these women, right? You like them, but at the same time, you might not like them enough to date them exclusively, and you also kind of feel like, oh, you're breaking their heart, and you want them to be on your side as well, and you want them to be okay with dating you only casually. And then the question comes up, well, how do I do that? How do I do that without having to be secretive or manipulative? And in this video, I'll be telling you how to do all that while being honest and cool and have everybody involved feeling like they're winning. They're taking a win out of this situation, right? So before we're going to crack into that, do consider hitting that subscribe button underneath this video. Next to that is a little bell symbol. You get notified every time I'm uploading videos. Helps the channel out a great deal. Now is a good time to do that. Anyways, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the mainstream narrative that we're all subscribed to a certain degree. What does the mainstream narrative tell us about sex? Probably something along the lines of sex is bad. If you as a man like casual sex, then you are at best a macho. At worst, you're a pig. You're an oppressor. If you like sex, casual sex, as a woman, you're a slut. You're devaluing yourself. You're cheap. If you grow up as a guy, what are you being taught when it comes to sex? Well, women only like sex in connection with relationship, in connection with love. That is what women want. And if you like sex, if you like a girl for her looks, you're superficial and you're an asshole. The inner values count, and love only counts if you have feelings for each other and you love each other. La-di-da, la-di-da. In fact, if you have casual sex, your penis might fall off and she gets pregnant and your whole life is ruined. Now, what is being taught as if you're a girl growing up? Well, sex is something very, very special. You're a beautiful little princess, and casual sex, you must not do that because that is for cheap prostitutes. But you are a princess, and if you feel the urge to have sex with a man, then you gotta keep that urge at bay, and you gotta really just focus, and only relationships. Now, of course, it makes sense to a degree. Our society is based upon the fact that there's a family at core of a loving man and a loving woman, and they love each other, and when they make children, the children need to be in a safe environment. I get that. But you know, life has changed, society has changed a little bit. Nowadays, casual sex is totally cool, and if you use condoms, it can be without any consequences as long as there's two consenting adults. You don't understand that. So overall, it's not a very pressure-free environment that we're being put in here when it comes to casual sex. Now let's talk about the truth about sex here. Sex is wonderful. Sex is natural. Everybody likes sex. Everybody enjoys sex. Everybody thinks about sex. Men and women alike. Even pandas like sex. You saw that earlier probably. You have to understand that sex is one of the most natural and most beautiful things in this world. And casual sex is enjoyed just as much by women as it is enjoyed by men. Think about it. When was the last time you had sex with a woman? How did she look like? Was she not moaning? Was she not enjoying it? She probably was. The problem is, though, that while women on one hand physically enjoy sex a lot and emotionally just as much, they still have this societal pressure of you as a woman must not have casual sex, otherwise you're a slut. So every time she engages in casual sex, she has that little voice at the back of her head. Oh my God, casual sex, Jenny, here we go again. Does that make you a whore? Does it make you a slut? You're devaluing yourself. The social upbringing, the social mainstream narrative is just so strong within women that it is key, really important here, in your responsibility to create a situation where she can enjoy both the benefits of sex and a casual relationship, as well as the fact that she doesn't need to feel judged. You need to create an environment of non-judgment for the woman. I'm gonna tell you how that works, but just so you know for now. Yes, I'm sorry, it's your responsibility. Yes, society is not helping you out with that. Yes, it kind of sucks. And again, it's all in the work of the man. I get it. Go ahead and deal with it. Those are the rules. You didn't create them, but at least you can, overcome them, play by the rules, and then win the game. Now, talking about pressure, women feel an innate pressure to keep the man that they're sexually engaging with. Look at it like this. What makes a man a real man? Well, when he's able to conquer a woman sexually, then he's a real man, right? We men, we're judged upon the quality of women that we're able to mate with. What are women judged upon? Women are judged upon their ability to keep a high quality man. Women are judged upon the quality of men they're able to keep in their life. If she fails to keep a high quality man in her life, she's less of a woman. If she fails to keep any man in her life, she's basically lost. She's not fulfilling her purpose as a woman. So you really see there's these two opposing forces when it comes to casual sex with a girl, because on one hand, she sure as hell enjoys sex, and she sure as hell enjoys casual sex just as much. However, there's this other force, but be aware, little Jenny, you're having casual sex again. If you're unable to keep this guy, then you've lost. And it's this almost biological pain point within them if they're unable to keep the man, and there's a lot of fear that goes along with it. Look, our fear as a man is if we walk up to the girl, we talk to her, we get rejected, we've lost, right? We failed to mate with this girl. For women, it's not necessarily being rejected right off the bat, it's being rejected when she's trying to keep the guy in her life. That's her pain point. So just as much as it hurts to you when you fail having sex with a girl, you might have had that, you got really far with the girl, but then for some random reason, you weren't able to have sex with her. You feel this pain point, this archaic urge within you. Oh my God, I wasn't able to fuck her. What am I gonna do? I'm less of a man. How does the woman feel? She doesn't really care too much if the sex didn't work out, but she does care if the sex did work out and then she's unable to keep you, okay? She feels this biological, archaic pain within her. So again, it is in your responsibility to create an environment where she's freed of that pain. And now we're gonna talk about how to do that. Now let's talk about the mistakes that most men make in this context. Number one, they enter full-on beta mode and become apologetic. Example, a woman that they're dating very casually all of a sudden drops the "you just want to have sex with me" bomb. And the answer is going full-on beta mode, becoming apologetic, probably something along the lines of, "Oh my God, no, totally not only sex. I'm totally interested in you for the future. I love you. Let's go on a date." Now, obviously, that's a little bit of an exaggerated answer, but you can kind of get the gist, right? And what happens to the girl is, number one, she gets confused, and number two, she loses all respect and attraction for you. She gets confused because she's like, well, this guy doesn't seem to know what he wants. He doesn't seem like he's in control of this casual relationship that we're having here, and that means I gotta be in control. That means I gotta willingly be a slut here. I gotta knowingly say I'm in a casual relationship with this guy, which makes me a slut. That's not very nice. That's not a nice position to be in as a woman. We'll talk about this later on. Women are going to occupy whatever role you give them, but you need to give them that role in your life. We'll talk more about this later. Don't worry if you don't understand it now. And the second thing I mentioned earlier, they lose respect and thus attraction, because they're like, this guy, they're not stupid. They see that this guy is only giving into her pressure and only thus answering with, "Oh, I love you, let's go on a date. I'm totally considering a relationship with you." They're not dumb. They see this guy's only giving in here. Thus, they lose respect and also attraction. So you're leaving the girl confused, you're leaving her not really turned on for you, so non es bueno, not a good frame to come from. Now, on the other extreme is the following. The guys get, acquainted with pickup, with game, and they understand some of the core principles, but they're not yet able to put it into a into an easily acceptable package for the girl. For example, you just want to have sex with me, and they're like, yeah, of course, abundance, casual sex, you mean nothing to me, you're just a side hoe. Sluts are good though, why can't you just be a slut and be open with this? And then they try to like teach her a PUA lesson and stuff like that, but all of that makes the girl feel is frustrated, makes her feel devalued, and again, you're basically presenting her a solution, a frame to the situation that she can't really put on easily. She won't be able to justify like, oh yes, I am the side hoe, I gotta be cool with that. So again, you need to frame it in a way it's okay with her so she doesn't feel devalued. So now when I'm presenting you with these problems, you might be inclined to say, well, okay, let me just make up a story and just fake everything and lie to her so she's gonna be okay with that. Not really so good either. Don't collect negative karma points. So let me present you with the solution. That is the following. Be honest, but make it relatable. Look, no girl ever wants to openly be somebody's side hoe. Nobody. But what girls totally think is awesome is to have something special going on with the guy, something that you can't put a label on, something that only you and her understand. That's intriguing, that is sexy, that is interesting, that rises her emotions, okay? So let me put that into an example. The example is, again, you just want to have sex with me, and you have to say something along the lines of, hey, it is totally not true. Do I want to have sex with you? Hell yeah, look at you. You're beautiful, you're smart, I love the way you do X, Y, Z, you're interesting, my friends like you, whatever it is, right? Give her real compliments, give her actual reasons why you like her. But look, right now, I'm not ready to be in a relationship. Right now, I like my freedom and I enjoy my freedom. And you know what, Lisa, or whatever her name is, I want you to have your freedom as well. I care about and respect you so much that I want you to have your freedom as well. What the future brings, we don't know. But right now, I'm not ready for a relationship. And you know what? Whatever it is we're having, let's not put a label on this. What we're having is beautiful. Whenever I'm hanging out with you, I feel like I can be myself. Whenever you're hanging out with me, I hope you can feel like you're yourself as well. And I enjoy the sex and I enjoy everything around that. I enjoy everything leading up to that. So let's not pay attention to labels. Let's just do what feels right. You and me. Now, you see, that sounds very relatable. It is totally honest. You're telling her you're not waiting or looking for a relationship. You're telling her that you do like her, which is probably why you have casual sex with her. And what happens here is you're honest, everything is good, she understands what's going on, you don't have to lie to her, plus it's relatable. It's packaged neatly so she can say, hey, this is cool, I'm down. She can rationalize it. When one of her female friends asks her, is this your boyfriend now? She's like, no, we have something special going on. We're just gonna see how things evolve. That is something any girl can be 100% cool with. And you don't have to lie, and you don't have to manipulate, and everything is fine. But Max, what if she doesn't like that? What if she in fact doesn't want to see me again anymore? Especially not casually. What do I do? Well, first of all, abundance, okay? Abundance, man, dude. You should have several girls that you're dating casually anyway. You should always come from the mindset of abundance, even if she's just one girl that you're currently seeing. You gotta understand that. Plus, if you're giving the woman the freedom to leave at any point, she will be even more attracted to you. Women love a man who's not afraid to lose her. Women want the man to not be afraid to lose her. And on top of that, women love the challenge. Women love the feelings, the emotions that go along with having a guy that is a little bit of a challenge to her. So when you're saying, yo, I'm not ready for a relationship yet, what we're going to do here is very casual. We're not going to put a label on it, la-di-da. She's subconsciously trying to chase you more. She's subconsciously going to be like, I'm going to prove this guy how awesome I am. I'm going to prove this guy. I'm going to make him mine. This is so cool. Again, you understand, they love that. You're doing them a favor by being a challenge for her, okay? We men, we don't like that. We don't like to face challenges when it comes to women. Ideally, in an ideal men's world, we could walk up to a girl like, hey, do you want to hook up? Oh, yes. Oh, great. Let's do it, right? That would be epic. Women don't want that. Women enjoy this whole feeling and the emotional roller coaster of chasing a guy up and down. They love that. So you're doing them a favor and you're creating a win-win situation. On one hand, she invests more into you and her attraction increases for you, which is great. for you, right? And she gets to enjoy the emotions that go along with that, which is great for her as well. And all of a sudden, you're creating more epicness for you together. Win-win situation. Don't be too afraid of losing her. Give her the freedom to walk away at all times, and she will actually be even more attracted to you. So if you're one of these guys with which women only want to be in a relationship with, even though you just want to be casual, then you're gaming them too boyfriendy. Understand that. And now here's the point. I mentioned it earlier. Women occupy the role that you assign them to. So if you game the girl that you only want to have casual sex with in a too boyfriendy manner, you're taking her on very nice dates, you're treating her like there's gonna be boyfriend-girlfriend relationships going on, then she's automatically going to assume the role of, oh, okay, I'm going to be this guy's girlfriend. And then when you finally do have sex with her, and again, you just want to be casual, she's gonna be like, oh, okay, I'm expecting this to be a relationship now. Now you're gonna get all confused because all you ever wanted was just a casual relationship. And you're like, why does she think this now? Well, it's because you've assigned her the role of the girlfriend by the way you've been gaming her. So if you're a guy who frequently faces the problem of, oh, all these women want relationships with me, then pay attention now. You need to look at your game. You need to look at your general behavior towards them. You need to look at the dates you're taking them onto, and you need to understand, where are you subtly suggesting that there's going to be boyfriend and girlfriend? Where are you doing that? You need to cut that out. Again, women love casual sex. They're totally okay with it, but they will occupy the role that you're giving them. Okay? If you're continuously suggesting there's going to be relationships by the way you game them, then they will be like, okay, that's the role that's given to me. Now there's not going to be casual sex, there's going to be a relationship. Again, they enjoy casual sex. They just want you to be clear about it. They want you to make the decision, and they want you to frame it in an acceptable manner. So what kind of behavior could you display that make you look less like a boyfriend while still making her attracted to you? Number one, don't always be available to the girl. Number two, make fun of her. Don't take her too seriously. Number three, be very sexual in your general demeanor. That means when you're meeting the girl out on a casual date, and by the way, number four, whatever number that was, take her on casual dates. Don't take her to the 5-star restaurant. Instead, take her to a small cafe. Instead, cook at home. Instead, let's have some yogurt and watch freaking StarCraft. You understand that? The dates that you're taking her on is one of the biggest indicator whether or not it's going to be casual. And then again, when you meet her, be sexual. Don't be like, you look so beautiful today in your cocktail dress. No, be like, oh my god, you're fucking hot. Let me check that. Oh my god, I need to smack your ass a little bit. Haha, of course, only when she consents, you get it. But you get the overall gist. You need to communicate more that there's just gonna be sex and everything is casual, and less, hey, this is gonna be this great forever relationship kind of thing. And on top of that, make her understand that there's other women in your life. When you do that though, again, make it relatable. Don't be like, Jenny, just before you came here, I have had sex with this girl. This is a little too obvious. This will freak her out. However, you can work a lot with your social media. When she sees you hanging out with several different girls throughout the week, again, hanging out is enough. She will infer the rest. Don't show her nudes of how you've had sex with a girl. Obviously, I mean, there's always one guy who misunderstands that, but you get the gist. Make her understand that there's other women involved as well. It's totally okay if you have a little bit of a player reputation. I made a video about that, how to be okay with being called a fuckboy. There's similar dynamics going on in that. So, make her understand that in a very subtle way. That way, she gets the message. That way, she understands what her role in that is. You can take the pressure off her. She can enjoy that, and everything is fine. There's people taking pictures of me as well. Hello, that's great. You might not want to show this video to your kids. But yeah, you get the gist. And understand, too, as a side note, by the way, you can always later on transition into something more serious. It is totally fine if you're crossing the shot like this guy right now, and it's also totally fine to be super casual right now and then later on transition into something more serious. In fact, your relationship, if it's going to be an exclusive long-term relationship, should always start as something casual. You never want to commit earlier, and it's always easy to transition from casual into serious, and it is very difficult to transition from serious into casual. That's not going to work. So just as a side note, which brings me to the last point, and that is thank you. In all honesty, being in this position where I can help other guys out, where I can basically make this the main focus of my life, this is something very, very great, and I want you to know that I'm not taking this for granted, and you know, I'm incredibly inspired by every single message that I get from people like you who's saying, hey, this video has changed my life, this course has changed my life, I've gotten XYZ amount of girls, or one special girl. That's really, really cool, and I really, really appreciate that. Now, if you want to work directly with me and my team, I got something cool for you, because we now offer free consulting calls. These calls are entirely for free. If you're not 100% happy with your dating life situation and you're not quite sure how you can better that, click the link in the description below, or the link that appears right now, and you can apply for a free consulting call with me and my team. We're basically going to look at your goals, where you want to be, what kind of things you want to achieve. We're going to look at your current situation. We're going to help you go from where you are right now to where you want to be. If you then say, hey Max, I want to work on a long-term basis with you in the RZ Max mentoring program, you can always do that. You can join it, but at the very, very least, you can get a free consulting call with us right now. Because the thing is, look, dude, you're watching this video, so you're ready to make a change already. You're watching my content, you're watching, you know, you've been sitting here all the way until now because there's probably some pain point that you have in your life. You probably are not 100% happy with the situation, and this consulting call is going to help you out. You gotta act at some point, dude. You gotta make things happen at some point. Don't be one of these dabblers that just ends up watching a bunch of videos for a couple months and then never really executing it. This is not a channel where you just sit back and enjoy and watch content. This is a channel where you're supposed to take action. So if you click that link, it will bring you to an application page. Fill out that application, takes you 1 minute maximum, and then we're gonna hopefully speak very, very soon, and hopefully we can help you out. And if not, you at least get a free consulting call. That's it from my side. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate that. Talk very, very soon, and GG.